Here we go. Boom, 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 boom. You guys hear me now? What's up, guys? Welcome in. Welcome in. All right. Okay, I think the sound's working now. That's good. All right, guys, welcome in. We got the playbook. Quick discussion. I put the playbook out there today for you guys. I want to do a quick video on kind of a breakdown of the playbook, so we'll just do that a little bit. We'll fire up. We'll fire up. I mean, we'll have Saber Sim right here. We'll also got the playbook right here where we can break down the plays. So, obviously this Houston Arizona game stack is going to be popular. So CJ Stroud, Murray for QBs are going to be the popular ones as we got that as our top stack. But I do like golf today a lot. The Lions in a dome game as well. I'm going to be going there a little bit. I think I really like that stack. I know I don't have Justin Fields on this list, but I mean, he's first came back. He could be viable to play that and then run it back with a bunch of Lions possible. But I tend to like the golf side of it a little bit more, and I try not to give every quarterback out here. So yeah, there's guys that are projecting well, like Fields maybe, that he would be in here somewhere in the middle of a QB target. But sorry, I got my sound on this other video. All right, my bad, or not video. I'm talking to myself here. I'm watching our video on YouTube. Sorry, guys. So Fields is in here projection, but I try to give you guys the plays, like the playbook, like Murray and Stroud going to be, I think Tua to be different, Herbert to be different a little bit as well. We'll go to projections after this, and we'll go to the projections and then look at it quick. I just want to give a quick breakdown. I did a little write up for you guys, and then I want to do a video. I just haven't done a picks video. I've been busy, a lot of things going on right now, so sorry about that. Running backs, we can stack like the high end guys, but then you're really gonna have to find some value receivers, which we do have a bunch of them today. There's quite a few, even the mid range ones are very cheap. What's up, man? Tank Dell, Christian Kirk, these guys are really cheap this week. 5'9", like 6'1" or something, and then Ridley's even 5'6" or something. So the Jag stack, it gets appealing to me just because the pieces are so cheap and they're pretty condensed usage. Then you got Keenan Allen, Amon St. Brown over 9K, almost 9K, Hill at 9.3. These guys are expensive to play. CD Lamb's one like breaking the slate every week where you're like, hey, why am I not winning any money? I got Keenan Allen at 40 some points. Oh, CD's got 38, Dak's got 42, So I included them on here as well. The Bear. Yeah, I just talked about the field stack, man. How I mean, Jags are played just because their pieces are cheap. I like Kirk and Ridley more just as one-offs in my lineups. But yeah. But I like the Cardinals, Houston, Lions, Chargers the most. Maybe get some Seahawks, Cowboys. I know people are talking up some Fields. I don't mind like DJ Moore as a cheap piece, 5,600. I think he's a guy I didn't. Oh yeah, I put him in here on my main receiver target. And then I like Cole Kmet maybe a little bit more now as a cheap tight end, as a run back. But I like the Lions side more. It's Kirk's birthday. Well, I didn't know that. That's a birthday narrative, right? Birthday narrative. Doubles for all the money. You like Mooney is cheaper, yeah. So Double J, you probably like more Komet and Fields, with like an Amon run back probably, or Gibbs, or throw some Montgomery in there. Game stack that dome, huh? You could probably game stack it. Maybe we build a couple game stacks. But yeah, so I kind of went through the playbook. This is it, guys. You can get it on our True DFS subscriptions. And also, if you can get a subscription, you can get on the Saber Sim here, which we go through. We got the quarterback. So let's see how Fields grades out in an aggregate projection. So we're sorting by Goldie's projections. We got Justin Fields, which I told you he was up here for projection wise. He's around 19 for Saber Sim. Industry average, he's about 19.6. So I mean, he's fairly consistent on all the aggregate projections. Which quarterbacks are usually pretty close. Like Purdy Industry's lower, but SaberSim has them higher. So that's always what you want to look at. A little bit of different projections, Stroud, where does Herbert at here? Industry's higher on him than Saber. Geno, Trevor Lawrence is pretty standard. This matters more down receivers, running backs, and tight ends. But Fields is viable here, I think, because he's in the dome game. But I really like Goff on the other side. I like 6,600 for Goff. Yeah, he's got not as much rushing upside, but he's going to be chucking it. Bears defense is not as good. I think Lions are really making a statement this year. Monty comeback, yeah. There is some running backs to consider, but you can even stack Goff with the running backs. You could see it worked last week a little bit. Um, so yeah. But I didn't want to do a long video today, but if you guys keep pouring in the questions, I mean that's pretty awesome. We're definitely I got to get to building some lineups here. I haven't even started that yet. I don't even know what the hell I'm playing for contest wise. I've been so out of it for that lately, just trying to figure out everything this morning. I've been up early, busting it out, rise and grind today, rise and grind. Tony Pollard, 6,600. He's kind of cheap at running back. Gibbs at 7,000. We talked about Darren Jones at 6,200. I got on the playbook some. Is one of the running backs. James Conner, another cheap option. Monty is back. Brian Robinson, 5,800. Monty is down here at 6,500, but not as good as projection. Just because the split backs, but Gibbs is starting to get a lot more work too, guys. So be wary of that. I know people talking Monty in the chat, but yeah, Devin Singletary is the chalk of the chalk, probably around 28%. It looks like we got him 35. This is a contest, one of the MMEs I got picked here. But I could probably change that. I don't want to sort by that. I want to sort by this. Yeah, this is just I sort by the aggregate projection. I don't know why you can't see it on my screen, but maybe I'm zoomed in too far. Yeah, Goldie's projection. So I zoom in a little bit more so you guys can see. Oh, Waddle. We'll get to receiver. We'll get to receiver here next. Let's make sure we got all the running backs. Brian Robinson's getting some ownership here. Probably more in the MMEs than he is in other things. I like him cheap, though. He should be good. All right, let's move over to quick receiver. Tank Dell's going to be chalk, 5,900 pretty much, 22% in some big contests. Waddle's projecting pretty good, lower ownership like Eric Johnson in the chat says. Also, which Miami running back? I'm kind of off both of them because I don't know. Going back to running back, Achan's back this week. Vegas, he's low owned. Mostert's there at 6,900. They're kind of overpriced for usage of both. Maybe they settle in. Maybe they come down to earth, or maybe they both drop 40 points this week again. Who the hell knows, right? With them too. Well, if Achan's getting half the work, it sucks because I got Mostert in fantasy. So when Achan went down, kind of held me out there when he was getting some big weeks. But Achan is also my big best ball pick of the year, guys. So if you guys seen that content early on for best ball, you would have been on some Achan this year as a play. So I like that a lot. Do you like Mostert for best balls? Yeah. Yeah, I got a lot of Achan. I don't have much Mostert, but so that kind of hurt some of my lineups. But I do have a bunch of lineups doing pretty good in best ball. So we're coming down to the final weeks for that, guys. So yeah. So let's get back to receiver. We got a lot of ownership on some of these guys. If we look at some lower owned guys, you're gonna look at Diggs this week against Jets is low owned. Waddle at 6%, it's pretty good. Ayuk at 6%. We like Purdy a little bit in the stack against Tampa Bay. Maybe I'm kind of getting behind a little Purdy. Devontae Adams in the run back maybe in the Miami game. I don't know if they're going to even do well. I know Josh Jacobs projecting well this week they were really running the ball. That's what worries me. But Miami scores really fast. So Christian Kirk there, we talked about 6,000. Getting a lot of ownership. It's birthday. Pass funnel defense in Tennessee. He fits well in that mold. I like that play. Washington should destroy the Giants. Maybe we'll see. Maybe it's a high scoring game, but Terry McLaurin's getting some ownership. 5,800. I like that. DJ Moore 5,600. The price is just too good in a dome. Ridley 5,400. Price is too good. Not done much. Jacoby Myers this week really low owned. If you want to sneak that as a run back in, Gabe Davis similar kind of guys that I really like going in the season. Gabe Davis, Christian Watson, Jacoby Myers, some of these guys in this range. But we do have a lot of value this week, guys. We want to talk about that. Tank Dell, Rondell Moore, Marquise Brown. Michael Wilson doesn't look like he's going to play, so that should bump up Rondell Moore at 3,300 even more. No, I don't have any Thielen. I don't have any Thielen. What did I do? Oh, there we go. Wrong button. He projects 7,500. Price is high. Dallas defense. It projects fairly okay in the industry. So I don't know. I'm on different games. I really like Dallas defense for what it's worth. I put them in a lineup. Oh, Mooney's got value. Let's see what he's popping up as. DJ Moore's got the best value. Let's see, where's Mooney at? Mooney 3,300. He does in that same game. You could play him. He's a great, MME target for this, these MMEs, these bigger ones. It's a great play. I think he's a good run back for sure, and he's viable at 3,300, and also gets you different from Rondell Moore at that same price. So Gallup at 3,400. Yeah, these guys are pretty cheap. Gallup had a decent week last week. Did I pass him? Probably did. No. Tyler Lockett might be questionable too, or out too, and so was Jalen Guyton. He's another $3,300 guy as well. So we got to watch some injury news come up at 11 o'clock. Check us live, guys, at 11. We'll be talking about all this stuff. So, yeah. And where is he? Michael Gallup, 3,800, way down here a little bit. He's low owned against Carolina. That is a good play. I'm gonna have to give me some of him in. You said 3,400. I got him at 3,800. Yeah, Singletary is so good, in that game. I might do a lot of Singletary, Rondell Moore correlation, or Marquise Brown. So if I'm stacking a different game, so say I'm stacking the Lions or something, and I'm running Goff, Hamon, Komet, or something like that, or skinny stack or a double stack. Josh Reynolds even's a play, cheap. You do Josh, and then you can run it back with Singletary and Rondell Moore in that game, and then you can pay up for a stud. Then you can get yourself a Tyreek Hill in there for the last spot receiver, or you could grab a CMC, Austin Eckler, or something like that as well. I kind of like some of those pay up options to grab, so some of the expensive guys, Hill at 93, Keenan Allen 9,000, CD Lamb. I'm big into Amon this week. He's got ownership. All these guys are going to have some sort of ownership. Even Cooper Kupp should be getting some ownership this week. 8,100. That's way priced down for Cooper Kupp's role. Stafford back this week. There are some wind concerns in that game. It's a dome, but it's got the open ends are open, so the wind's actually blowing in, which is very rare for that to happen at 20 miles per hour. So that's very interesting, kind of creating like a funnel. Okay. Any other questions, guys, before we get out of here? We'll talk tight ends and defenses quick. This week it's really chalky with McBride. This guy's probably going to be 40% owned in some of the tournaments. Even the bigger tournaments, maybe 50, 60%. That's nuts, guys. So I like Laporta off that at 5,800. Schultz at 5,000. Not much more from Bride in a game we like on the opposite end. A lot lower ownership than 33, Evan Ingram in that Jacksonville we talked about, cheaper game, but he's going to get some ownership. Dalton Kincaid, he's a little priced up, but he's the only guy there. A lot of dump offs getting some ownership. Cole Kmet, 4,100. I really like that price. He's getting ownership. Jake Ferguson, that game. Luke Musgrave's a cheap guy. Chig's a cheap guy that I like. Tyler Higbee, I'm getting some in some sims. I ran some builds earlier. He was popping up a little bit as well. And that's kind of where we're at there. We throw some defenses out there. Like, obviously, the Cowboys are the top projected. We sort by salary. We got some cheap ones. The Panthers, if you want to give it a go, at 2,200. Packers, D's popping a little bit. Herbert might throw a pick or something. Still got that banged up hand. So, his balls aren't the best. Once he comes out of that, I think he's going to look a lot better. The Bears against Detroit's cheap. Raiders against Miami. These guys are just going to score points this week, though, so it's really hard to choose which one. So maybe mix and match them. I don't mind the Jets at 2,600 against Buffalo. They've struggled, but this also could be the week where Buffalo says, "Hey, we're actually a really good team. We're going to drop 40 points on the Jets and move on this week." I could see that happening. Cardinals, and then maybe the Rams defense at 2,800. Bucks defense 2,700. I know 49ers are picking up their games too right lately. They want to make a statement. So, but I like the Bucks run defense a little bit. So maybe still up CMC, but I'm more on the CMC side this week. QQ. Let's see what we got. Pickens and Pitt stacks. I heard he's going to have a 901 today. Pickens. Possibly. I mean, I like the guy as a player. But I mean, like, see their matchup against a really good defense. I think one of the best defenses in the league. I'd be more worried about Cleveland's offense, which you can see that game is really a low total. Yeah, but Pickens, very low ownership at 4,900 is a really good price actually. To be honest with you, I don't know about stacking that game, but someone has to get the ball right, so you got to be, you know, cautious of that. So I mean, even Jaden Reed's got more ownership than him, and he's like the number one receiver, almost number two guy behind Dante. So yeah, I mean, it's viable, definitely viable. All right, guys, I got to get to building some lineups. So I did a quick video for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I look like I'm frozen right now in the video. Is my camera frozen? What happened to my camera? Do you guys see my camera? Oh, my bad. Damn, I didn't realize I was frozen on the camera. I don't know why my camera's frozen. That's really weird. Good luck, and let's get it, and let's get it.